Hi there, I'm Bex, and despite the fact that I'm sat here alone, I have loads of friends, actually, loads of them, they're just off screen at the moment. Friends that I love to play video games with. Whether maybe you're looking to team up with a friend, like me, loads of friends remember, or explore a world filled with players to go head on, straight up deathmatch style, then Xbox actually has a bunch of games for you and all of said friends to look forward to this year. So let's go through them before I go and tell all of my other friends about all these games. Right? So the first art game is an absolute banger. Check out the extended version on Game Pass and tell me I'm wrong. But the second one looks like a massive evolution in just about every way. In round 2 of this epic survival series, you'll be battling prehistoric creatures all over again, only this time you've got a slick new Souls-like combat system to work with, and the ability to free run away when things get dicey. While the animals are now powered by ferocious AIs that let them hunt by sight, sound, and smell, so make sure to pack some deodorant. Arc 2's crafting systems and skill trees have been totally revamped too, which should make for a much deeper experience and give you more freedom to find your own playstyle. And when you have a whole bunch of players working online in the same server on their own survival strategy, yes, I think things could get very interesting. Oh, and did I mention it'll be coming day 1 to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass? Because it will. Nice. Alright, tough guy, maybe you think you can survive just fine against dinosaurs. I mean, Barney's a dinosaur after all, and I could tie his shoelaces together.
Famously, did my plans.
It's more of a metaphor, producer, off camera. But what about an evil AI and its army of killer androids? Terminator Survivors takes place a few years after the events of Judgment Day, when Skynet blew humanity back to the Stone Age. As one of the remaining survivors, you'll need to build up a home base and scavenge for supplies, all the while being hunted by those terrifying red-eyed robots. You can play Terminator Survivors solo, but unless you're actually Sarah Connor, you're probably gonna want at least one other player backing you up. I have loads of friends, I'm not worried. Loads! The Borderlands series has provided us with some of the most explosive co-op action around in recent years, with up to 4 players shooting and looting their way across its cel-shaded, somewhat deranged universe, bickering over who gets to take that legendary rocket launcher. And we'll get to do it all over again in 2025 with Borderlands 4. This time around, we'll be leaving Pandora behind to explore an all-new planet, a high-tech place known as Kairos, and playing as a quartet of badass new vault hunters. Looks like grappling hooks is back on the menu this time, which is always fun in video games. There's my statement. Along with like a bazillion new weapons that I can't wait to get my hands on. Little Nightmares, spooky time, will be returning for a 3rd puzzle platforming adventure in 2025, which means we'll be guiding some more lost children through scenarios that will give even a big grown-up the heebie-jeebies. The big change this time around is why we're talking about it in this video. You can play Little Nightmares 3 in co-op, working together with your buddy to solve puzzles, navigate obstacles, and avoid the game's many horrifying enemies, like whoever these hands belong to. Playing Little Nightmares 3 together online sounds like an absolute blast, to me anyway, but what do you think? Are you a big scaredy cat, or are you gonna be brave and play it with a good mate? Keeping the horror theme alive and well, if you and your buddies, like me and my buddies, remember there's loads of them, love a good gore fest, then you should keep an eye out for Killing Floor 3. This action horror FPS lets up to 6 players team up together as they try to save humanity from an army of bioengineered monstrosities. They're not much to look at, but the Zeds are a clever bunch with enemy AI that's fast, aggressive, and highly strategic. Just like my mate Dave. Fortunately, those brains won't do them much good once you've splattered them all over the place, am I right? Taking advantage of Killing Floor 3's vast arsenal of weaponry and enjoying its astonishingly over-the-top gore. Dave's gonna love this one, and Dave is definitely a real person that I did not just make up for this video. Next game! A second split game is on the way this year, with all sorts of little tweaks and upgrades to make the portal hopping FPS even more fun than it was the first time around. You can now stack your portal on top of an enemy's to do some interdimensional flanking, and the portals themselves now intelligently snap to the surfaces that you're trying to put them on, although you can toggle this on and off to go full manual mode. There are also now different factions to pick from with their own abilities, allowing you and your teammates and your mates to mix and match in all sorts of tactical ways. But even with all of these changes, one thing has stayed the same: Splitgate 2 is still absolutely free to play. You know, in fact, Henry did a whole other video all about free-to-play games to look out for this year, so make sure to go and watch that one too, because Henry's my friend. See, I told you, I have friends that are real and you can see them.
Stop telling people that.
Do you think you could survive in the brutal deserts of Arrakis? Are you desperate to fly an ornithopter? Or do you just want to feel a little bit like Timmy Chalamet? Just for a moment? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you should check out Dune Awakening. This multiplayer survival game uses Arrakis as a massive sandbox, giving you the chance to create your own character, craft your own gear, build your own fortress, and ultimately, create your own legend. This game looks truly massive, so whether you are a huge Dune fan or someone who thinks that Benny Gesserit was an Elton John song, Dune Awakening should be on your radar. I'm so excited for this one! Between A Way Out and It Takes Two, it is safe to say that Hazelight Studios really are the cream of the crop when it comes to making cooperative gaming. And they'll be giving us more of that creamy, co-op-y goodness in 2025 with Split Fiction. Yeah! This time around, we'll be playing as a pair of authors who have been sucked into their own stories. To make things even trickier, one's a fantasy writer, one's a sci-fi gal, so the resulting worlds are probably going to be super strange and extremely dangerous. From taming dragons to battling cyber ninjas, you'll need to overcome all sorts of enemies and obstacles using the unlimited power of true friendship. Something I know all about, me and Dave. Although if you do have the chance to grab an actual weapon in-game, I'd probably take that. There's another Elden Ring adventure in store for us in 2025, and this one is a full standalone release, so we don't even need to spend any more time going, is this a game? Like some meme guy pointing at a butterfly. Nightreign is being specifically built for co-op play with up to 3 players journeying together through a procedurally generated world called Limgrave. Spend the daytime scooping up runes and weapons inside a shrinking map, and then get ready to duke it out with the boss once night falls. And then get ready to do it all over again. An in-game day only takes about 15 minutes, so Nightreign promises a much tighter, more fast-paced experience than your typical Souls-like. Which doesn't mean you can get reckless. I mean, we are still talking about a From Software game after all. So if your idea of a good multiplayer game is one that lets you beat the living daylights out of the other player in spectacular fashion, then allow me to introduce you to 2XKO. This tag team arcade fighter lets you pick a pair of characters from the League of Legends universe, swapping between them throughout the fight to deal maximum damage. Each character comes with their own super move, and they all look appropriately devastating. There's a big arcane vibe to a lot of the character designs, so any fans of the series and the original game should be all over this, and it's free to play too. One more for my spooky crew, the Dark Pictures anthology returns with a sci-fi tinted new entry called Directive 8020. Oh, the story of a crew stuck on a mysterious alien planet with a mysterious alien being. Oh, it's giving The Thing. It's giving Alien. It's giving me goosebumps, actually. This looks really scary. With their choose-your-own-adventure style gameplay and branching narratives, the Dark Pictures games are at their best when played with a bunch of mates. That way, when things go horribly wrong for the poor characters, it's not your fault, it's your friends. So tell me, what multiplayer games are you and your mates eyeing up this year? Let me know so I can tell me and all of my mates, my extensive list of long mates that are here any second. You'll meet them, they just go to a different YouTube channel. Probably. Subscribe to be my friend, no takesies backsies. Bye.